which replaces your variable y with f of x. So our equation y equals 2x plus 3 will become f of x equals 2x plus 3. That's all that changes. All that changed is we made y now f of x. So when we're evaluating functions, that just means they're going to give us parts of the domain and we need to solve for the range. And we've already practiced this a little bit. So we're going to use our function f of x equals 2x plus 3. And solve for the range with the given domain. So we're going to take our first domain value and we're going to plug that value in for x. So f of 3 equals 2 times 3 plus 3. And then we just simplify. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9. So if we were to make this into a table, we know when my input, my x value, is 3, my output, my range, is going to be 9. Let's try that again. We have f of 6 now equals 2 times 6 plus 3. Notice whenever I substitute a value in for x, I put it in for all of the x's. Yeah? Then we simplified. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 3 is 15. So in my input value, my x is 6, my output is 15. Okay? Let's do f of 9. So my input value is 9. 2 times 9 plus 3, 2 times 9 is 18, plus 3 equals 21. Now, I want you to notice the way I am showing my work. Okay? When you're evaluating functions, it is expected that you will show your substitutions and then each step you use to simplify to get to the range. Okay? And then last we have f of 12. So substitute 12 in for x, and then add 3. 2 times 12 is 24, plus 3 is 27. So when my input is 12, my output is 27. So next, given the function, decide which statements are true. So now you've been given a function and 2 separate input values, and you need to see which output is correct. So f of 1 equals 7. So if you look in your parentheses, f of 1, 1 is the value that we are going to be substituting in for x. So f of 1 equals negative, then 1 plus 6. So we have this negative out here, we're going to distribute that. Negative 1 plus 6. That simplifies to 5. So f of positive 1 does not equal 7. So this answer is not true. Let's try the next one. This time our input value is negative 1. So f of negative 1, we're going to put negative 1 in for x. Now here we have a double negative, so negative times a negative gives us a positive 1. Plus 6. Simplifies to 7. So we know f of negative 1 is 7. The second one is correct. Go ahead and try number 2, and then check your answers after you're done. Should I keep going so I can check? Okay, number 2. So you've got it's a bit of a complicated formula, but as long as you follow your order of operations, you're going to be fine. So g of 0 means we're going to put 0 in for x. So 1/2 times 0 plus 2 squared minus 3. So we're going to start with 0 plus 2 is 2. So parentheses, exponents, 2 squared is 4. Multiplication, 1/2 times 4 is 2. Subtraction, negative 3. Negative 1. So g of 0 equals negative 1. That first answer is true. Just to be safe, let's check the second one. G of 2 equals 1. So our input is 2. 1/2 times 2 plus 2 squared minus 3. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. So 1/2 times 16 minus 3. 1/2 times 16 gives us 8. Take away 3. We're left with 5. So they got 1. Second answer is not correct. These are going to go in your ISN, and we'll see you tomorrow.